everybody, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to continue on with some Jurassic Park book versus movie for all of you that have been enjoying the first few so far. Now, the very first video we did on this was Dr. Henry Wu. No spoilers. If you did not watch the video, go watch it and come back. Second video we did was Mr. John Hammond himself. If you did not watch that video, then you need to go and come back. Now, after watching both of those videos, welcome to this one. We're going to talk about the mathematician himself, Ian Malcolm. Now, obviously, him being attacked by the T-Rex happens both in the book and in the film. So this is going to be long after the attack of the T-Rex. Now, like I said, this is long after that. So what happens is Ian Malcolm, he does survive the initial attack of the T-Rex, just like in the book and in the film. Now, in the book, it gets a lot deeper than that. So he actually ends up with a big bite across his torso area instead of having a bad injury on his leg. And unfortunately, Mr. Ian Malcolm ends up getting a pretty bad and gnarly infection. So what happens is he starts to develop a fever. He starts to become all crazy, I guess is a word you could use. He starts to change. And what happens when people are slowly dying is they change. So, Dr. Harding is doing the best he can, but he is only a vet. He is not a human doctor. And, I'm only going to talk the last little bit of his very end, basically. So here it is. Malcolm's voice was no louder than a whisper. Everything looks different on the other side, he said. Harding leaned close to him. On the other side? He thought that Malcolm was talking about dying. When shifts, Malcolm said. Shifts? Malcolm didn't answer. His dry lips moved. Paradigm, he said finally. Paradigm shifts, Harding said. He knew about paradigm shifts. For the last 2 decades, they had been the fashionable way to walk about the scientific change. Paradigm was just another word for a model. But as scientists used it, the term meant something more, a world view, a larger way of seeing the world. Paradigm shifts are said to occur whenever science made a major change in its view of the world. Such changes were relatively rare, occurring about once a century. Darwinian evolution had forced a paradigm shift. Quantum mechanics had forced a smaller shift. No, Malcolm said. Not paradigm. Beyond. Beyond paradigm, Harding said. Don't care about what anymore. Harding sighed. Despite all efforts, Malcolm was rapidly slipping into a terminal delirium. His fever was higher, and they were almost out of his antibiotics. What don't you care about? Anything, Malcolm said. Because everything looks different on the other side. And he smiled. Then, a few chapters and a few pages away, we finally learn from Muldoon what actually happened to Ian Malcolm. Grant leaned to Muldoon and shouted, "What about the others?" Because at this point, they're being rescued by some military, but and they're in a helicopter and they're talking. Muldoon shouted, "They've already taken off Harding and some workmen. Hammond had an accident, found him on the hill near his bungalow, must have fallen." "Is he all right?" Grant said. "No, Compy's got him." "What about Malcolm?" Grant said. Muldoon shook his head. So basically at that point, we now know that he actually ended up dying from this infection after the attack of the Tyrannosaurus Rex. Let me know what you all think of this in the comment section down below. And I'm going to tell you one more thing in this book. It's during the epilogue of San Jose. They talk about John Hammond and Ian Malcolm. Under the circumstances, the government had not disposed to release survivors in a hurry. They did not even permit the burial of John Hammond or Ian Malcolm. They simply waited. So that means the two of them died on the island, and they're pretty much sitting there. I don't believe they grabbed their bodies. It never said that they grabbed them. It just said that they were left behind. So they were left behind on an island full of dinosaurs, and they're just going to be food for them. quite a sad way to end those two stories, don't you think? Let me know what you thought of this in the comment section down below, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!